What is up, guys? We're live tonight, and today we're going to be going over how to choose rank and rent niches. That's right, how to choose rank and rent niches. So let's dive into it. Okay, cool. So, first things first, how do you go about choosing rank and rent niches? Well, most people, right, they would go about choosing rank and rent niches by what websites they can rank, right? And to be honest with you, that is not a good way to go with regards to rank and rent niches, okay? So today I'm going to be going over how to go about choosing a rank and rent niche and where most people go wrong. Cool. I have a checklist on this. If you guys want it, comment below. I will get it to you. I have all the GMB categories. I have everything. I was actually just trying to find that now. But let me first go over what makes a good rank and rent niche. Okay, so this is what most people do when they get into rank and rent. This is what most gurus teach. The more websites you have, these are websites, the more probability you will have of ranking. So most people say, okay, thanks for buying my course. You now need to go build out websites. And people put all their focus on building these websites out. They get caught up in learning things like SEO, backlinks, blah, 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 blah. And that is important. However, in the beginning of rank and rent, it is not as important as you may think. So we're going to be going over that. All right. So there's a few questions to address once you've got over the fact that you have to build websites immediately straight off the bat. You need to first establish a demand. You need to establish that there are people, these are people lined up wanting to actually rent your website out, okay, before you actually build it. Else there's no point in building it at all, right? I've seen so many people build the website. It's a house, digital real estate, it's a house. And they built it in an area where business owners do not need the leads. Or they built it and no business owner wants to pay them for the leads. Or even worse, they've built 10 of these websites, houses, rank and rent, to rent out. And now all they are stuck with is hosting fees and malware attacks and having to maintain these websites and not knowing what to do. So in order to avoid this whole situation, you first need to establish demand. So how do we do that? Well, I speak about some black hat tactics in my course I released last year about that. But we first need to establish demand. So the most basic thing you can do is go over to Google, right? And start thinking to yourself what niches you'd like to be in. You usually want to go for a niche that is not as common as you think. There's not a lot of competition, especially if it's your first one. So these are the questions you need to be asking yourself. How much will each lead go for essentially? So you can work that out by contacting business owners and asking them what is the average, or getting a quotation. So for instance, you could find this out by phoning a whole bunch of people in the area and getting a quote, right? And hearing what they would charge, what are the ranges they would charge. So say like if you're going for, this is just an example, let's say you are going for, I don't know, tree felling or couch cleaning, carpet cleaning, crime scene cleanup. Don't phone people and ask how much a crime scene cleanup would cost, but get a quote. And from there, you can start deriving how much would you actually be would business owners be paying for a lead, right? So if, let's say, the average price of a deal they get is, let's say, is $1,500, I'm pretty sure a lot of business owners would not mind paying 30 to 50 per lead. If you're following that model, right? But if you're following the rank and rent model, I'd highly suggest rather trying to rent out the whole website. So when you go to the business owner and you would say, listen, the site's generating on average 30 to 50 phone calls a month. That's on average. On good months, we're looking at about 80 calls. I'll rent it out for you for X amount and break down the math. Show them that if they were to rent the whole website out from you, that they would receive a discount. Make sense? All right. So next thing, is there a demand for the lead? So how do we work out if there is a demand for the lead? Again, you would need to contact business owners. So let's say we are looking for, let's go carpet cleaner. A carpet cleaner in, let's say this place is Four Ways. This is a suburb where I am. All right. As you can see here, we have the top dogs, as I call them, over here. Now, we can contact these top dogs and find out exactly, well, try to derive how busy they are. Okay. So, you could go in here. Obviously, you grab their number, stuff like that. You need to be researching your competitors, right? So we could even go into their reviews and look at any complaints that they've been getting. All right, 3 days ago, someone complained, terrible customer service. I tried calling the book, cleaning service, and voicemail said to contact the WhatsApp. I had a WhatsApp, sent a WhatsApp message and still have not received a response. This actually might be a sign that these guys are too busy to take on new clients. Okay, that could be something to look into. When I rated your service poor, you had just asked to get in touch with me without even knowing to get in touch, and I still have not received a response. Okay, that's something to look at. Another thing you can look at is phoning multiple businesses, getting quotes, and asking when they can come out and do it. And if they go, oh, well, we kind of busy, we kind of backed up, we kind of full, you know that there's generally a demand for the lead, right? If you phone the top dogs, you want to be finding out that. Okay, so is there demand for the lead? And guys, to be very honest with you, most of this you've got to learn by having a bit of knowledge in the industry, right? With rank and rent, your niche is important, but also the location. So for instance, you want to be finding locations where you can basically take over, okay, and contact local business owners and befriend them. That leads me to the next point when deciding on a niche. What relationships do you have with business owners? All right. I was in a situation literally as last year this time where I had a business owner begging to go half with me because I owned the first page, right? I owned the first page for, it was handyman services and aspects like that. And he wanted to get in. Having these assets built out or having like that leverage actually will motivate you to build them out and get them ranking, right? So once you've got them ranking, you can start leveraging your relationships against each other and getting a higher rental, just like tenants. But obviously you want to be maintaining those relationships. And then one of the most important aspects I wanted to discuss was that you could also reach out to business owners and say you're selling SEO, pay-per-click, and then lead that into the rank and rent model if you're looking at breaking into a niche. Okay, so that's one of the things you could do. But if you honestly wanted to make this whole niche selection process easier, I would highly recommend grabbing my spreadsheet. Let me grab it here. You can grab it by just commenting below, and it basically goes over everything you need to be doing in order to be getting sweet ass leads with rank and rent. Just grab it here for you guys. As I said, if you comment below, I'll get it to you free of charge, nothing, and you can take it from there. All right, so here's a spreadsheet, and basically it has a checklist on absolutely everything you would want. So steps to build out a profitable rank and rent website: niche selection, identify the niche, city, location. I've kind of touched on that already. Do your keyword research. After that, outreach to businesses. So as you can see here, I am not preaching that you immediately go build out the website. You first want to establish there is a demand for your website, and there's keyword research done, meaning which is actually part of establishing demand. All right. Then if you go over here, I have a whole bunch of niches here. Here's a few golden niches that I have blurred out. If you get the sheet, you'll see what those are. Those are relatively lucrative niches. Something I've been having good success with lately is because of the pandemic and whatnot, there has been a lot of people that have been selling their things. So you can imagine how that would work well with auction houses, let's say, or the antique dealers, etc., to the point where I've even looked at opening up my own company that does that because of the sheer volume of people that are going in. You'll also have a lead sheet here when you reach out and contact the businesses. They'll have their niche, website, business size, first name, etc., proposals, outreach performance, and then you guys love this. This is basically a whole page of just pure categories. Let's say, guys, you want this, comment down below. I will get that to you. All right. So that's kind of what I wanted to discuss in this video today. I wanted to go over when you're doing outreach to businesses, you could even say to them, hey, look, I'm doing pay-per-click and SEO, or you could sell them on SEO. And then also say to them, if you're able to sell a business owner on search engine optimization, right? It's usually easier to sell them into the rank and rent model, because if you explain it to them that, let's say their website that you've got ranking on the first page is like a fishing rod, right? Fishing rod trying to get leads, and your rank and rent is directly underneath theirs, right? That this would be a secondary fishing rod getting more leads in for them. They're going to go for it. And chances are, if they leave you with the SEO, they damn well know that you will most likely outrank them with another one of your assets. So that would be my tips for getting niches, guys. Another tip I'd also like hammer on a lot is stay within a niche that you've proven out, okay? And develop a persona, not a persona, but develop a reputation in that niche. It's a lot easier once you've got established relationships and stuff like that. And when approaching business owners, be like, hey, look, I only work with a certain business owner in a certain location for this niche. And it puts a lot more value on your rank and rent assets. But yeah, that's what I want to share with you guys today. If you want to comment down below, I've honestly put so much value into this over here. And yeah, if you want as well, join my group. I've got a group that talks about SEO and rank and rent, all this stuff on Facebook. Comment below. I'll get it to you. Peace.